Mexico to take Google to court. PNP warns they will protest if Portmore is declared a parish. Woman charged for murder. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The United States Justice Department last Monday ordered federal prosecutors to drop all corruption charges against Democratic New York Mayor Eric Adams, according to U.S. media. The first sitting New York mayor to be criminally indicted, Adams in September pleaded not guilty to charges of fraud and bribery and rebuffed calls for his resignation. Adams' lawyer Alex Spiro praised the move in an email statement to AFP. Adams has been accused of wire fraud, soliciting illegal campaign donations, and a bribery conspiracy involving Turkish citizens and at least one Turkish official. According to the charges, he accepted luxury international flights, hotel suites, and free high-end restaurant meals, including from Turkish associates, in return for favors. In one example, prosecutors said that Adams pressed the city's fire department to approve Turkey's new high-rise consulate in Manhattan despite safety concern. Now here is the real scenario. Adams, who is a Democrat, actually attended Trump's inauguration and was also upfront pretending to be a Republican, kissing up to Donald Trump. So we all know something was up, as it was assumed he was looking for a pardon. But anyway, his re-election in New York is total nil. No one's gonna vote for him this time. Mexico will take Google to court if it insists on changing the Gulf of Mexico's name to Gulf of America for map users in the United States, President Claudia Sheinbaum said on Monday. She said her government had written again to the U.S. company, arguing that President Donald Trump's executive order on the subject only applies to the part of the continental shelf which belongs to the United States. The letter informs Google that under no circumstances does Mexico accept the renaming of any geographic areas that include part of its national territory and that is under its jurisdiction? Sheinbaum had announced on Friday that her government was considering legal action against Google, saying if necessary, we will file a lawsuit. Trump signed an executive order renaming the Gulf of Mexico soon after his January 20 inauguration, and in response, Sheinbaum cheekily suggested calling the United States Mexican America, pointing to a map dating back before 1848 when one-third of her country was seized by the United States. Meanwhile, in Jamaica, KD Knight says that the People's National Party is banking on former parliamentarian Paul Buchanan to win the St. Andrew West Central seat and send Member of Parliament and Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness packing. Mr. Buchanan was presented as the constituency caretaker at a party conference on Sunday night. Mr. Knight said Dr. Holness has failed the country on many fronts. Mr. Buchanan, a former Member of Parliament for St. Andrew West Rural, replaces Patrick Roberts, who had unsuccessfully challenged Dr. Holness on 5 occasions. Meanwhile, the opposition People's National Party is warning of street protests if the ruling Jamaica Labour Party goes ahead with its plan to make Portmore a parish. The government used its supermajority in the House of Representatives last week to pass legislation to make Portmore the 15th parish. The amendments to the Counties and Parish Acts were passed despite resistance from the opposition, and it is to be debated in the Senate. The Portmore City Municipality said it plans to take legal action to challenge that legislation. A Manchester woman is facing drug charges after allegedly trying to smuggle ganja, tobacco, and an earphone into a lockup in the parish on Sunday. The 40-year-old woman from Ballynure district in northern Manchester reportedly tried to smuggle the contraband concealed in sliced bread about 1:15 p.m. at the Christiana police station lockup, and during a search of the sliced bread, police found concealed contraband. The woman whose son is in lockup at the station was arrested. And following the discovery, police searched the lockup and found 7 smartphones, a banger phone, ganja, razor blades, a lighter, among other contrabands. Meanwhile, the St. Anne police have taken a woman into custody for the murder of her child's father during a domestic dispute in the parish on Sunday evening. The deceased has been identified as 37-year-old Swain Reeves, a call center agent of Queens Drive in Montego Bay in St. James. And it's reported that about 7 p.m., Mr. Reeves telephoned the woman with whom he shares a 3-year-old child and told her he was taking the child to her in Happy News District, Alexandria in St. Anne. When he arrived with the child, an argument developed between the two. and it's alleged that Mr. Reeves pulled an ice pick and began chasing the woman through bushes. It's further reported that she retaliated with a knife and inflicted stab wounds all over his body. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The woman was later arrested. And this must have been a very toxic relationship. Him chasing her with an ice pick, she retaliating with a knife. On to sports, Veer Phoenix United winless slump in the Ray and Neville Jamaica Premier League now extend to 8 games. Veer were held to a 1-all results by Chapelton Maroons in the Clarendon Derby at the Anthony Spaulding Sports Complex on Sunday, and the draw means Veer remain in 13th position on 19 points with just one win in their last 11 games. Meanwhile, Cavalier remain in 4th on 41 points after beating Mullines United 3-0, while second place Arnett Gardens edged Harbourview 1-0. Dunbeholden pushed Waterhouse, giving them a hot 1-0 beating, leaving Waterhouse in 6th place on 34 points. Dunbeholden now move up to 9th place on 26 points, while Racing United hold 7th place after a 1-all draw with 5th place Portmore, who are on 40 points. Last night, Shutter team Mount Pleasant clapped Humble Lions 5-0 to stay on top of the Premier League and now move to 58 points, leading second place Arnett Gardens by 7 points. Montego Bay United followed close in third in striking distance on 48 points after beating Tivoli Gardens 3-1. And if you missed the news on this station, please go to YouTube, type in Jamaican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep us going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.